My name is Sunshine Robbie, and I'm here ready, cleaning the space for us to connect through soul level, through the messages of these oracles, which I have taken yesterday and has taken me a little bit of time to bring it through. So I'm here to bring it through today. So take what resonates, whatever message it rings in your heart, glows your heart, is for you. And in one message, you can have parts of the message resonate, other parts not. So take what resonates and allow your intuition to work with you. Okay. So at the beginning of the reading, I have the Three of Swords, as you can see. There's a message here of a heartbreak, something that must have happened in the recent past or, long time past, or even past lives that is still playing out in this now moment for you. Something that brings a lack of trust, or perhaps that brings a coping mechanism that creates self-sabotage, right? So sometimes even lack of trust to connect with people can bring self-sabotage to perhaps allow you to engage in communities, in groups and friendships. Perhaps you struggle in big groups, better in smaller groups, or vice versa. Even if you're better in big groups, you might not feel fully connected to them, but you can simply camouflage through the experience of being in a big group. And that perhaps seems to be like you are fully engaged and connected, but deep within, you know that something is missing. So it doesn't have to be just trust in connection, but this heartbreak can bring any type of coping mechanism that you are dealing with it right now, that has come to the surface right now for you to see. Okay. I'm also feeling anxiety, fear, doubt, self-doubts, fear of the future, fear of the unknown. Perhaps one of the coping mechanisms you're dealing with is not understanding how to be of service, how to be of help. Perhaps the coping mechanism is that you're always available, always ready to serve, always ready to be there for someone, but not always your assistant or your help was taken, and therefore, you didn't know how, you didn't know how not to, you didn't know how not to understand why your assistant was not taken, available. You're open, your heart was open, and that must have brought some hurt, that you really willing to help, but you couldn't. It was not accepted, it's not reciprocal from the other side. And that sometimes can cause ourselves to bring coping mechanism that take us to protecting our heart, or withdrawing from offering help, or not trusting to offer help, or perhaps even offering help all the time and always going through that back and forth. Okay. So there is something right now that is surfacing for you that perhaps needs to be looked at, to be healed. I have another card that brings the Lord of Law, and I had a look at the book, and the Lord of Law is the bringer of new beginning, is the bringer of, what is it that you're stuck? What is it that you are struggling to shift? What is it that you're confused or not having clarity? That the Lord of Law can bring for you to make a new move, a new perspective, a new beginning. What can you use from that place of darkness? Yeah. What can you use from that coping mechanism to understand how you created that coping mechanism to the situation that you were exposed many, many, many times, and eventually a coping mechanism had to be created. And therefore that coping mechanism now is, is running out of fume. You perhaps need a new one, or undo it or unfold it to understand why you created it in the first place. And the Lord of Law is here to help us see it through that darkness, through that coping mechanism. How can we, if you're back into that situation with the knowledge that you have today, with the wisdom that you have today, if you went back into that situation, would you create the same coping mechanism? Would you stand up for yourself? Would you find ways to not feel affected by, others' perspective and lack of reciprocity or lack of connection? Okay. How would you go back and find a different way of doing this? What's the highest perspective that you can find? And that's what the Lord of Law brings for us, new beginnings from the darkness. And it's interesting that Perpetua is the saint of authenticity. I am my authentic self in all circumstances. And I love this because it kind of brings the understanding that, we create coping mechanisms from that deep core wounds, struggles, heartbreaking moments. And that kind of breaks our authenticity, right? And by the time we create a coping mechanism, is to cover up our authenticity that we were unable to bring it out at that moment in time. So the Lord of Law is asking us to go back, and how would we react to those situations that were very repressive, that was cyclical, that was stuck in a pattern, okay? And how can we bring the authenticity back into the now moment, into the now present, to allow us to heal that which we created, because we created, yeah? However situation we were put in or put ourselves in, eventually we had to find a way to create a coping mechanism to deal with it. So we created that coping mechanism. And without guilt, without shame, or without blame, we created out of survival. We created out of being able to keep moving on. But right now, using that coping mechanism to move on doesn't resonate with you anymore. And where is the authenticity that we're looking for to be able to help us move on in a different way? I got the card of gentle moderation. Take your time. Pressure from others or yourself can be released by renegotiating what you're trying to accomplish. Sometimes we put pressures on ourselves to make that change very quickly. Right now, I feel like I'm going through this, Lord of Law moment where I want to go back into the darkness of a specific space in time that I'm not completely aware of it yet, but I know it's surrounding me. I know it's coming. And for me to take the time to go in sometimes has to be a choice, right? I don't understand what's surrounding me yet, but I will get there. And once I get there, hopefully I'll be able to work through it. But right now, I can only feel this confusion, this little bit of chaos, and I know something's trying to surface. This is how I recognize how something's trying to surface up for me to heal. I haven't been able to see it yet. So sometimes we need to have moderation. Do we sit down and meditate every single day trying to find what that is? Do we wait until our personal circumstances bring it to us, bring it to our attention, bring it to our awareness? At what point of those two extremes are we ready to be? And how can we be gentle to ourselves? Because is it something that you feeling the urgency to go and find, or is it something that you find that you're happy to go with the flow of your everyday circumstances to allow it to show you? Where are you at right now in that gentle moderation? Yeah. So yeah, it's a good card to help us understand and negotiate what we're trying to accomplish. Are you in the spectrum right now where you know exactly what that coping mechanism is, what that conditioning, that programming is, and you're ready to go into your dark space to find out what it is, bring your authenticity up to the surface to be able to find different ways, of doing things? Or are you still like in that fog, in that mist, right? It looks very cold, very dark. Are you still in that space where you know something's going to surface, but you don't know yet what it is? And are you willing to trust your intuition to bring it to you, to bring it to your awareness, where, you know, you can then find that space? So both sides, you can find the moderation in it. They're not extremes. They're just different ways of being in this state right now. But in both situations, we are ready to see something. Okay. The Nine of Hearts, fulfillment, harmony, and protection. And I truly believe that these moments are here to bring us into self-harmony, into inner harmony. These are moments for us to accept and acknowledge that something is there for us to see, something that is there for us to heal. And how are you doing with your self-healing techniques? How are you doing with your self-healing tools? You know, do you understand how to use them? Do you know how to use them? Do you need assistance? Do you feel you need more different tools, other tools? Do you feel you need to reach out? Do you feel you need to reach out to other people? Because, you know, humanity is as one. So we all hold codes for each other. And I feel like this is coming out for the last few months, but I feel like July is really going to bring us this connection. I am stepping into healing my ways of connecting to people big time. And I feel and I understand and I've experienced that everyone holds something for you and you hold something for someone else. And if we're not allowing that deep connection to come through, you know, the energetic, the physical, the emotional, the psychological, the tangible connection of being with people, accepting and acknowledging how they are and who you are when you are with them, because every connection will bring something different out of you and vice versa. And it's allowing that natural state to come out, and understanding, because they are sharing a code with you to allow you to heal, see something, improve, you know, some sort of betterment. I just see 11:11 time now, some sort of betterment. So connection is going to be really a strong theme this July. And I think it's, you know, the Nine of Hearts is, for me, the Nine of Hearts represents the most inner self-loving act that you can take for yourself. This is how I see it, right? If there was, you know, there's a 10 of Cups, right? But if it was a 10 of Hearts, for me, that would be like you fully connected within yourself and the whole of humanity as one. And this is what we're aiming for, you know, in a few decades to come. However, we should be all very close to the Nine of Hearts, you know, that unity, that union with others, that connection with others, not being afraid to connect, not having fear to connect, because at some point in the past, we were afraid to connect because of something that happened so many times in your life, and you created a protection mechanism. And this is coming up to be broken, to open you up to loving connections. And when I say loving connections, it could be through any type of relationship. Yeah, love can be, love is one thing, but it can be represented in all different type of relationships. So it's all through your relationships. Okay. I love this card. This talks about this is the tree of life, right? This is Mary Magdalene. and it says peace. The number is 26, which equals to 8. I love 8. I love the number 8. The tree of life. The tree of life is our foundation, our core essence. Wounds comes from our core, the disturbance of our core essence. Our authenticity is here to stay. This is our soul journey. Perpetua, right, in Latin means forever, perpetuated, stuck in time. This is what we're aiming for. This is our soul journey. And we're here to heal our foundation. We're here to heal so we can bring us fulfillment. It can bring us harmony, yeah, and protection. Not the type of protection that we use here, but a different type of protection. Protection that speaks of trust in the unknown, trust in your soul journey, trust in your intuition, trust in your guides, trust in yourself. Yeah. And look at that. Number 34, pathways of light. Look how much light is in here. It feels like you can go this way, you can then wander around this way, you can wander around further down this way, even further down that way. There's so many pathways to light, and we all come from a different pathway into ascension, right? My pathway started at the physical level, and I have worked in private healing sessions where people started ascending through the psychological, to the mental process, through the emotional, and through the physical as well. Other people are ascending through the energetic level before they even go and touch through the physical, emotional, and psychological. So we all have a different pathway into the light. And it's for us to master that pathway. It's for us to move through and achieve and reach that point of authenticity and perpetuate that with our light, nothing else, with our golden light. Last night I had a really big understanding about how powerful our golden light is, right? It brings protection, it brings opening, it unlocks gifts within you. It brings the joy, the passion, the harmony, anything that you ask through your golden light, it comes. It comes. This is, right? This is you. You are the golden light. Yeah, we all are the golden light. This card was left up, right, showing from the previous reading. And I decided to keep it. Because I think because I like the number 8. But it says honor the cycles. Okay. We understand cycles in all different ways. We have our physical cycles, hormonal cycles. We have our mental cycles, our emotional cycles. We have the moon cycles, how we are affected by the moon cycles. We now have astrological cycles happening that everyone seems to be feeling, right? Through their energetic field, and understanding a little bit more how it affects your sign, how it affects your energy, how it affects your thought process, and how it assists with the healing. And everyone has your own cycle, and you have to honor it. Your own cycle comes, from your core essence of authenticity. At some point, your own cycle was broken, was disturbed by programming, by conditioning, by familial traits being passed on, by the way we're raised, by ancestral line traditions, rituals, and ways of thinking, ways of carrying over, the generational raising of children. Our own cycles was very disturbed from very early days. And we need to get back to that. And that takes understanding your intuition, following your intuition, rebalancing your masculine and your feminine to be able to have that inspired action, right? Your inspired is from your feminine telling you this is the time to do this, and your action is your masculine going out and doing it and listening to that space. We have lost that connection and we're trying to get back into it. And as I'm speaking right now, I can feel a nice whirly and release and opening of my solar plexus. This is our authenticity. This is our core self. This is where we come from. Yeah. The Pink Rose of Lady Nada, number 29. I would like to read this card. I think I'm going to take the reading to read later on, and I'm going to add on to the reading. I've seen a lot of green themes for July. The word evergreen is coming up. Pine trees are coming up. I've seen lots of pictures with that green orb, Archangel Raphael. And then I've watched a channel from a lovely lady I forgot her name now, but she also talked about July having this theme of green. It's healing. It's healing. Green is healing. It's deep core wound healing. And now I'm sure I understand more why the Three of Swords are coming up, why these awarenesses of these hurt are coming up for us to look into and heal. I'm just going to get the other book. Hold on. I just got all the books. So let's have a look. This is the Light Worker Oracle card. So number 29. I feel like I need to read it now. So, okay. The Pink Rose of Lady Nada. You are in the midst of heart healing, a healing of the fears and anxieties that have held you back from enjoying your full magnificence. Lady Nada is here with all her gentle power, washing you in soft pink light. All anger, fear, sadness, bitterness, disappointment, and hurt are soothed and loved into peace. She brings you a sign of your future blossoming into deeper love. Lady Nada is a spiritual gift from a higher guidance. It brings love, healing, strength, and compassion to your heart. Lady Nada unfolds as an energetic gift, gently pulsing with love and beauty within your heart chakra. It brings you comfort, gentle emanation that you are so wonderful just as you are. Lady Nada is saying, how much I like you, dearest child of light. How deeply I love you. I send love and acceptance to you now that you may come to love and like yourself with all the compassion, kindness, and unconditionally I feel for you. And yes, it's lots of pink light in here. The green light is healings, deep healings, but the pink light represents the heart chakra healing. And nothing better to go in the heart chakra for healing, for guidance, for clarity, for clearance, for cleansing, for recharging, for reboosting. And I feel like going into the heart right now, if we take just a moment. I would like us to just go in the heart for a minute. Nice breaths. Regulate your breathing as you feel it needs. We can expand this heart chakra light within ourselves to help us bring more clarity through this reading. Bring resonance where it needs. And bring us codes of healing through unconditional love. Archangel Raphael is here to allow us, to show us, to send us the codes of healing through unconditional love. No more suffering through your healing. Healing is about seeing the unconditional love of every lesson, every story, every trauma, where it was lost and where it can be recovered. And that's what healing is about. And I ask you to expand your heart a little bit more. There's a sense of lightness now coming through. And I invite you to keep with it, stay with it as you listen through the rest of the messages. We are now connected in this heart chakra portal. Look at that. Guardian angel. Love yourself unconditionally and ask for help. Didn't we not just do that? I did not look at this card. Did we not just do that? Yes. We are a child of light forever and ever. Forever and ever. Just remember that. Just remember that. This is what we just done. And this is beautiful. And what do we we asked to see clarity. We asked to become aware. We ask the spirit of the ego now to see things through the highest perspectives. And going into our heart, that's what it does, right? We had this lovely guidance from Lady Nada to go in our hearts. We were guided and held by our guardian angel in our hearts. And now we're asking for our spiritual animal ego to stay with us so we can see through the perspective, the highest perspective of our souls, of our higher self, of the divine light, of our golden light. Yeah? We have this. You have this. Monterey, temperance, divine energy, perfect harmony, and miracles. Because when we are in this space, we are already in this, you can feel it now, the heart portal is open, we're here, we're reading these messages, we're receiving at soul level. We're not just listening, we're feeling, we are receiving and exchanging codes. You are exchanging codes with me no matter when you read that message and when you listen to this video. And I'm sharing codes with you as well. We are here in unity. You know, there is no one better than anybody. We're just here equally and soul level in unity. What we see on the 3D is a pure distortion because we all have this gift. And we are right here in this gift of love of the heart chakra. We are in this portal. And this divine energy surrounding us, creating this perfect harmony in this group right now, this group reading. And, you know, miracles can come from here. This is the time when you feel in your heart in this lightness and this love that we are right now, to set your intentions, to ask. To ask. That's our potential, isn't it? We're here in full potential right now. We are higher self, inner child. We are all as one. And this is where we find clarity, self-discovery. The heart is a powerful space, powerful light, powerful place to go in anytime you need. And the more you practice, the easier it gets to go into the heart quicker, expand, get your clarity, get your answers, get your cleansing. Today, something amazing just happened, and I went into my heart, and all of a sudden I had just full chakra and rebalancing from root all the way to crown. And I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't intentioning that. It was given to me by my heart, is what my body needed. And all I did, I just sat with it and I felt it, and I followed through, just feeling, and it was just beautiful. And this is what a heart can do, you know. I suppose if I had asked for help, it would have been there anyway. But this is what a heart can do, and this is what Archangel Michael is coming this month to help us restore and replenish. We got to replenish our energy every day. We are shifting timelines. Every moment we are shifting timelines. We're shifting timelines at every single situations in our life. We need that time to replenish. We need that time to recover, to restore. And in our heart is where we go. Finding our own rhythm. Like this morning, my body wanted a heart chakra rebalancing, and it happened. I didn't ask. It was given to me. It was done for me. It was assisted by my heart. All I had to do is feel and be there with it. And this is what I mean by our, honoring our own cycles, allowing these sensations to come through, because sometimes sensations are there uncomfortable, but that's for clearing, releasing trauma, density. But sometimes energy comes to for recharging, for renewing. And we need to allow every single moment to come through for us. This is what brings the self-discovery. You will understand how your energy plays out with you and how it works for you, what your heart is trying to help you with. And this is the only way, is through feeling yourself, honoring yourself. Because the matrix is out there distorting everything. Simple. This is not a heavy energy card, right? I don't feel it that way. But when I go into the matrix grid, I feel heavy. And I think this card came to say, everything is distorted, and the only truth is within yourself. The only truth for you, for your life, for your answers, is within yourself. We live in the matrix. You can play with the matrix. You can use the matrix to your own advantage. But you do it from honoring your own cycle, honoring your authenticity, honoring your light, honoring your highest perspectives of yourself above the matrix, right? Above the matrix. And the last card is Australian Agate, and I will read about it. So what does it say? Perception, strength, courage, and stamina. Your power of perception, along with your mental and physical body, are presently being strengthened. You are being given the courage and energy to tackle what seems at present to be a complex and somewhat insurmountable problem. This problem involves someone who is incompatible with your ideas and principles. You are being urged to stand your ground, yet keep your calm. Don't allow yourself to be psychologically or emotionally bullied. All concerned will soon realize the truth that you have already known for quite some time. This particular person is not the person they present themselves to be. I think this card, what it's trying to say is what I said right from the beginning. You are in a situation right now, okay? And this situation is either triggering you, triggering the other person. It's a situation that perhaps doesn't resonate with you anymore. You don't feel called to keep moving through that situation. It doesn't serve you anymore. Perhaps you are, shifted into a parallel line where you are living a higher perspective, but then you have to go back to this situation here every so often, or you find yourself in that situation every so often. This could be a job, this could be a person that comes back and forth, this could be a behavior, this could be a thought process, this could be a change that you're trying to do in your life. For example, you want to create routine, you want to take away routine, you want to structure your day, you want to destructure your day. Perhaps it's a health issue. Whatever it is, this situation, you will know. You know exactly what that situation is, okay? And it plays out here in the matrix. It plays out in the matrix. And the reason it's play out in the matrix is because we have come away from our, personal inner cycles. And the more you go back, this is the advice, I think. The more you go back into your heart, the more you practice being in your heart. It's a muscle you have to practice. It's almost like, you condition yourself to go in your heart. The physical mind, the physical sensations in your body, it all works through association and conditioning. If you need to condition yourself to go into your heart, why not? Right? The body lives in a matrix. You use conditioning to condition yourself back into your heart. Allow yourself to feel. Because whatever is coming up from this situation here is trying to tell you there's something to heal. Go deep within when you're ready. Also trust that if you intend yourself to be open, the answers or the message that you need to, the understanding that you need to know for healing will come through the circumstances that you're in, the repetitive cycle, that thing that comes and goes, that is showing you something's there for you to see. Like I said, I'm in the stage right now that I know there's something there for me to see. I haven't seen it yet, but I kind of recognize through these messages, that I'm ready. And I'm in the space where I want to trust that will come through my circumstances. But I also trust that when I feel the call to go within, that I will listen and I will go within. And I know it will be the right time. So there's something that you need to work through. This is not a bad card. This is not a bad situation to be in. This is expansion. This is evolution. This is progress. This is timeline shifts. This is healing. This is healing. Okay? And embrace your healing. Reach out. Look for assistance, energy healing assistance. Look for a colleague, a friend, a family member to have a chat, to pour out all that you need to verbalize, to help you bring more clarity. Sometimes a person can see from the outside a bit, different perspectives and bring it back to you, and that can help you reorganize your thoughts, reorganize where you are, where you feel you are. And it will give you a different feeling. It will give you a different plan. It will give you a different perspective. It will give you a different awareness. And sometimes that's all you need to get started. That's your igniting point. Yeah. My crown just opened, and I would like to ask you to go into your heart chakra, open your crown, and let's receive. Let's receive what we're here to receive. This is perhaps your answer, your clarity is what you need. And everyone will receive exactly what they need. We are asking here to receive, and it's coming. You are receiving. Trust in your sensations in your body right now. Trust in what's coming to you through thought, through images, through sceneries. Trust, write it down, reflect on it. And received. You're healing. This is the beginning of your healing. Please reach out. Join my WhatsApp community where you can stay in touch, ask questions. These readings are energetically powerful. They're here to help you redirect, heal, find your path, right? Get you back on your path. And if you're interested, join our Wisdom Activated 369, where I offer courses and sessions, healing sessions. I also offer a Wednesday night UK time free private Zoom call, heart chakra meditation. And I also have videos that I upload on YouTube, as you know. So just check in the link, see what's interest for you. But you are self-healing, okay? You are self-healing. If you need to go deeper with a safe space, reach out to any energy healer that you resonate with. You know when it resonates, and just reach out because you've been called to take that next step. We are love and light. Thank you for watching.